From the explosive sprints to the tactical distance races, from sky-high pole vaults to earth-shaking throws, this year's championship was an all-out track and field spectacle. Every lane, every runway, and every circle was packed with heart-pounding drama as America's finest athletes battled for national titles and a ticket to the World Championships in Tokyo. World leads were shattered, personal bests fell, crowds roared. Whether it was the speed of the 100 meters, the grit of the 1500 meters, the power of the shot put, or the grace of the long jump, this meet had it all. Now the stage is set. The red, white, and blue is locked in. Let's break down who conquered the championships and who's heading to Tokyo to take on the world. The men's 100-meter dash heats came with pure electricity. Olympic medalists, world champs, rising stars, and fearless newcomers, all chasing glory. 4 stacked heats, only the fastest survive. Top 6 in each heat, plus the next 3 quickest to the semis. Let's run it back.
We get set for this first heat of 4, same advancement procedures we saw with the women just a few moments ago. Top 6 and the next 3. Trayvon Charleston, the U.S. champion, in a surprise win in 2023 in this race. He is in lane 8. Bromell in 4. And McCallum had a great start in lane 1. Bromell in full swing on that arm carry coming up, and now challenging McCallum, but McCallum is going to get to the line. He's never broken 10 seconds in the 100 meters. As we await the time, it will be still a goal for him by the end of the weekend, but a headwind of 0.7 didn't help. 10:01.
I'm rocking over here because that was a good run. I saw a number of things that I really liked. McCallum ran really well from the inside lane, but who ran really well was Bromell in the middle, and the way he shut down and glanced over at McCallum to say, I mean, you could have it because I know the mission is not today.
The track as he finished in 3rd, but again, that inside lane, he was just on a mission to get into the semis.
Yes, he was. I mean, you see Bromell in the middle of the lane. He has the lead right here just a little bit, then he eases up. But then you see on the inside in 1, McCallum does that lean right here. Just, I mean, in the men's 100, you're going to work. Very seldom do they shut it down. McCallum knows I need to touch this track on this first round, see what it feels like. Springy, with a little bit of lean through that line to secure that win.
Look at this hip. There's no up and down. It was just right there, like he was suspended, and his legs were doing all the work. 10:01 is a lifetime best for McCallum as he breaks the previous mark of 10:03, so trend line in the right direction. We'll see him in the semifinal. Again, the fastest time in the world this year at 200 meters. The lap.
Hey guy, your season has been so long. Last time you were here, you were at Nationals. Have you been offloading at practice? How do you remain competition ready?
The body's always going to know what to do. It's really more like a mental thing. Like, I feel like I haven't accomplished what I want to accomplish yet, so that's always going to make me want to practice.
You've already run world leading time of 19.7. So, like, what was your motivation just coming into the 100?
I think I'm a 100-meter athlete. I think that's my personal event. The 200 is something I've worked harder at, but, you know, it's still my favorite event. So.
I'm really interested to hear your thoughts about the pros, the collegiates, and then the high schoolers here as well. What does that say about just like USA trials?
Trackflation, man, it's a real thing. You got high schools going 9.8, pros going 9.8, college people going 9.8, so it's like, it's always a battle no matter what.
Right. And how do you just adjust to that?
By believing in yourself, you know, you gotta show up on the day. I learned that the hard way, and that's what I know now. I feel like my top end speed. That's something that I feel like makes me one of the best 100-meter guys.
And
Just recovering harder than I just ran, staying humble, and just wanting more each round. I think it's never hard to stay humble. I mean, track and field, you know, you're always humbled by the other time, whether it be by other countries or pros or collegiate. Someone's always running faster, so yeah.
And there is Christian Miller now racing for Puma, 5th at the Olympic trials as a high schooler last year. So he kind of sets the tone, and Taylor and Gleaton can go sit on lanes 8 and 9 and go, hey, we can do it too.
He definitely set the tone, and if you don't recognize him, it's because that hair has changed. I mean, he kind of cut that up a little bit, looking like he's stepping into this, you know, new phase of life. But no, he's making it look good. He said, look, I'm helping pave the way, but he knows now it's a new mission because I'm here now and I'm pro.
And we should mention Noah Lyles is the reigning world champion, so he gets a bye, though he is coming up scheduled in one of our other heats. That means 4 Americans will get spots in Tokyo. And that means with Fred Curley also pulling out at the last minute, it kind of opens the door for that group that is just on the cusp.
This race is very open, and this is when someone that is not necessarily a name, but not the big name, say they're here. This is where you make a name for yourself.
Well, the only guy with the legit name is Kung Fu Kenny. He is in 4. 2-time Olympic silver medalist at 200. And 7th in the Olympic final last year. He will try to get in the way, and he is just racing with authority here. 1, 2, 3, and on the outside, Gleaton, the youngster, coming up and trying to chase it. Gleaton shut it down at the tail end of that. Bednarek in 9.95, and Gleaton in a high school pedestrian 10:10.
I am going crazy over here, and I have to keep my composure because, darn, you are on air. What Kung Fu Kenny did, he said, I told you I went to the lab. I told you nothing happened. I told you I am just fine. But what else just happened was Maurice Gleaton in lane 9. How beautiful he just ran that race, not being able to feel anybody else because he had already put Tate Taylor kind of away. Oh, amazing. Right here, Kenny in the middle of your screen. That signature style, head down, very composed arms, tight to the body. Just, I mean, look, oh, did you see the way he just looked to the right? He said, because there's nothing else to do. And then he eased up. That says he's ready. To the left of your screen, you're seeing Gleaton right here. That's Tate Taylor. He's trying to hit gear, but Gleaton said, no, I'm already gone. There's nothing else you can do right here. You did it to me at outdoor and in here of the seniors.
I know they didn't bring me here to talk about 100 meters, but that was such an electric race. What they say on the internet is a new bombshell has entered the villa, and that's Maurice Gleaton. He looks so strong coming out of the blocks. I'm excited to see what he looks like in the next round because that was an excellent start to the prelims.
Yeah. Whew.
You good?
Yeah, I am. That was just great execution.
America just coming out with some different themes, but no hitting meaning. It's just kind of speaking for itself.
Well, it was great, the run. How do you want to run next heat?
I just do what I need to do just to win the heat and secure a good lane for the finals and then blast off, for the finals. So that's the game plan.
Kenny, what do the last few weeks look like for you coming off? I know you had a little setback, but now seems like you're healthy.
Yeah, I mean, it comes with the territory. We're redlining all the time, so all of us get a few nicks here and there. And when I got mine, it wasn't anything significant, but just wanted to make sure that I was 100% because at the end of the day, when I'm healthy, I know what I can do. So missing meets here and there, as a competitor, I was upset about it, but I had to think about the bigger picture. So as you guys clearly see, I'm back. Felt really good, and just on to the next round.
I mean, you've never taken this much time off from racing in previous years. I wonder how it felt to finally get back on the track after this time.
Man, it felt amazing. I mean, I was saying right before, I was like, my coach is like, it's been a while. I finally get to run, finally released, and I was like, all right. Be a little dramatic, but yeah, just to be able to be back on the track, it just feels amazing. I mean, I hate it when I have to sit on the sideline, see everybody having fun on the track, and then when it's out practice, I see my teammates running fast. I'm like, damn, let me out there, coach. But like I said, it comes with the territory. But I'm here, I'm back, I'm healthy. And I'm just going to continue what I was doing with the Grand Slam.
I'm curious what your feelings are on the cancellation of Grand Slam the lost game.
Huh?
I'm curious about your feelings about the cancellation of the lost Grand Slam.
I mean, I was bummed out about it because I was looking forward to it. I had high expectations for that race, more so time goal wise. But, it's a new league, so it's going to have a few bumps coming its way. And as long as they, find out why it happened and can figure out if they can start next year, which I hope, that's all that matters to me. I mean, like I said, it's a new business. They're trying to figure things out, but I'm not worried. I feel like we're all going to get paid, so you got to be patient.
So you're optimistic that the league will be back next year?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like track and field needs something like this. So, like I said, this year's a new year, and they're figuring things out. But I do want Grand Slam to continue because it's for the betterment of the sport. I didn't hear what you said.
It seems like we're in Groundhog Day sometimes talking about the profile that track has in the United States. There's been some discussion this week about the fact that the 100 final is not really televised.
Oh yeah, I heard about that, but I really don't. I don't understand why, but it is what it is. I mean, hopefully we can figure things out. That's all I can really say about that.
And the issue that prevented you from running at Prefontaine, what was that?
I just had like slight tightness in my adductor pectineus. Felt it a week prior to the race, and I thought I would be good. I felt really good, but coach and I didn't want to risk anything, so that's why we just decided to take out.
When did that stop? Or when did you feel like you got over?
Like 2 weeks after that, maybe like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. Pretty much it was just hips needed to be lined, and then after that, once they got lined, everything was good to go.
You feel 100% now?
Yeah, I'm 100%.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
75-10, 246-3. All right, back to the track we go, and the aforementioned world champion, Olympic champion, Noah Lyles in this heat.
Oh, the day has come where Noah can say world champion, Olympic champion. He just wants to continue to build this resume. He's like, there's still things I want to do in this sport. He came out, he showed out he has the gold nails on, meaning he's here for one thing. But now the question is, will he run all the rounds? I love that he's not afraid of competition. There's nothing for him to prove, but he is someone that will run all rounds if he needs to work on something.
As he shows his appreciation to the crowd, it's not been a very busy season, and doesn't have to be because he's got that automatic spot in both the 100 and the 200 meters, but was dealing with a little bit of a niggle, and he was supposed to be in Atlanta running a street meet and pulled out of that, and we just haven't seen a lot of him, though we've seen him step on the track now a couple of times in the last few weeks. What do you expect from him here? He doesn't need to do much here other than just continue with the program he's on.
Yes, I think he's just going to compete. I think he wants to, continue to execute some things under some pressure. And what I love about it is people are like, oh, like you said, he had a little issue kind of going on, and oh, is he afraid? How many times does this man have to show up and tell you he's not afraid? He will race and race. He will get beat and race and race. He said you have to put yourself in uncomfortable positions to be better. And that's what he does time and time again.
So Lyles will get the draw in lane 5, and out in lane 9, the NCAA champion this year, Jordan Anthony, who kind of stunned us all. That last 10 meters made all the difference in that race.
I don't know if you guys saw the interview that he just did. He said, I hope that they don't think I'm about to come out here and play with them and treat me like a little boy. That's what he said. Oh, yeah. So this young man on your screen is ready to do damage. He said, look, I've signed. I'm a man now. I'm running with men. Let's get busy. I am ready for this gun to go off. To see now that you stepped out here with people that are amongst your own talent and kind, what shall he do with this type of pressure?
Look at the rest of the field from the inside. Tristan Flores, Ronnie Baker is here. He was 5th in the Olympic final in Tokyo, trying to get himself back to that Olympic stadium so he can run in front of fans. In 4, Lo Johnson, an All-American at Wisconsin, and then next to him the intro for the Olympic and world champion.
It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a good show.
And Mom is right there, ready to cheer him on from the comfort of these comfy chairs at Hayward Field. And listen, I mean, he went in with a lot of his own bravado going into Paris and suggesting he was going to, win everything, and obviously did not come to fruition. And now he's got to fight his way back, I think, with a lot of folks, and just have to continue to show that he is the best in the world. He obviously wants to be seen as the face of the franchise, and you got to back it up in this event discipline, because being the fastest man in the world is really the only thing that matters.
That is the only thing. I mean, it's your event, and that's the title that you want. Do you feel like you're fulfilled? Do you feel successful if you don't have it? So, yeah, you're fighting for that.
So Lyles will get to the blocks, gets set for launch. He will race in lane 5. Again, we'll keep an eye on Jordan Anthony, who apparently learned the bravado from the Noah Lyles School of Bravado, as he will be out there in lane 9. Again, top 6 will advance, with 9 in this heat. And in the early going, Ronnie Baker, who always has a very good start. Noah Lyles is there, and the youngster Anthony on the outside. Lyles, I think, is going to get a half step on Baker, but Anthony was there. Ronnie Baker looked very good, and he's always had a great start. He's just got to put it all together when it matters, as the wind was just a nascent 0.1 meters per second. And Lyles officially now the winner in 10:05. Baker and Anthony second and third.
There were about 2 or 3 different ways that these athletes executed that run, especially to come to the line together. Lyles had to fight his way back. I mean, the start was okay, it's okay. But to know that he has something else in that tank to pull. I mean, you see him here in lane 5. Carnes is out on him. I mean, he's trying to give it to him. But you see to the right of your skin, Ronnie Baker in 2, gone. But then you see Jordan Anthony in 9 and do the glance over. He said, okay, that's enough. I've done enough. And I know that I've secured my spot to the final. Right here, Noah's doing his signature knee lift and coming from the back, knowing he has to handle business. Nothing else to really do but that.
And he will eventually also look towards the inside lane and seek out Ronnie Baker, as they were nearly stride for stride. And it is a win for Noah Lyles. Round of the men's 100, as he'll talk to Dan O'Brien and give the crowd a chance to hear from him as we get through the third of 4 heats of the men's 100. Lyles moves on along with Baker, Anthony, Johnson, Williams, and Carnes, as the bubble time now sits at 10:38. So none of the time qualifiers coming out of this third.
Racing, especially like when you don't have to. You have a bye.
I mean, I need races. Everybody knows I started the season late due to injury, so I just need as many races as possible. After the 100 in London, me and my coach were like, I mean, we might as well. It's a free race. It's good competition. You might as well take it.
And how's your body feeling? How's your health?
It's kind of been up and down this week. Kind of just dealing with like some unexpected things. I don't know if it was due to traveling or whatever, but just some stuff popping up. But now it's like getting back into form. Our warm-ups are going great. Practices have been great. I just need more races. I got to get that engine firing and get that urgency into my body.
How do you feel about the race today?
The race today? And my first 5 meters wasn't exactly what I wanted it to be, but that's just, again, my second 100 of the year. I can't really be mad at that. I felt like I had a really good drive phase. I felt like I got on top of myself extremely well. So I'm going to take those as wins. And we're just going to go back to Coach B and say, hey, this is just what we got to fix.
Were you running it like a prelim, or were you running that like a final?
No, I was running that like a final. I don't see any reason to come out here right now. I mean, I'm only going to have 1 round in the 100, 2 rounds in the 200. I'm in plenty shape, in terms of endurance-wise and rest and recovery. So there's no reason to really back off in my head.
So you're not going to run the 200 final?
No, I ain't planning on running the 200
3
final.
rounds of the 200.
Well, 2, yeah, just because there's...
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
because it's only Sunday now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, that helps.
It does.
In terms of, I'm really interested to hear, like, we got collegians out here, we have high schoolers out here. That was once you, a high schooler racing against all these pros. What's some advice you have for some of the younger guys out here?
I mean, do they even need my advice? They doing their own thing. They winning, they taking names. They're in their own bags, So y'all just keep doing with them. Don't put any pressure on yourself. Give your time to develop and just keep having fun.
I mean, you said that they don't need your advice, but it is difficult out here as they're running 9.8s. Yeah, like you said, racing against people that they look up to. So I mean, to not get so caught up in the mix, what do you say to them?
I mean, there's of course always like these quick quotes that you could like give them, but at the same time, if you don't diagnose it or like break it down, it's kind of just random chatter that an old head gave you. Like, oh yeah, keep your head down. Like, at the end of the day, what does that really mean? Like, they could interpret that anyway. So yeah, I could, you know, give little sayings, but I feel like it's more detrimental to try and just give a quick quote and then have them try to break it down in their mind, be like, what the heck did that mean? Rather than if, you know, we end up talking and we having a good conversation, then, you know, that's where I could really get some knowledge.
No, this time last year,
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. That's
the biggest change.
The biggest change? I'd say how many doors open, to be honest. A lot of the times where I would have like questions for my agent of how do we get this done, it's now people are coming to us like, oh, we want to do this. And it's like, oh, okay, now there's so many things that are coming to the table that we got to be strategic in saying what we're saying yes to. And that's kind of hard when you've been told no so many times, and now you got to say no to somebody else when you really want to try and get your hands on as many things as possible.
And I just wanted to get your thoughts about the fact that behind it is not being shown on TV. We've spoken in the past about frustration in the way. A year after this great night, US track and field, Olympic
Not very surprising. Olympic amateur sport, amateur management, amateur results. Just leave it at that.
No, I know you didn't run any of the Grand Slam track meets, but you have offered your opinion on the series a little bit on your podcast. So I'm curious, like, what was your reaction when they canceled the LA meet, and also just the financial difficulties the league's dealing with? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think I said it on my podcast. Everything came true, unfortunately. There's not much more to be said.
How does the game change? You're talking about all these opportunities now. You accomplished what you set out. How does that change for you mentally?
Yeah.
Dealing with it all.
Again, it's to a situation where it's like, okay, you want to do so much, but again, you have to keep the main thing. So saying like I got offered to go to the Esports World Championship. They were gonna fly me out and pay for me to be there. I'm like, I would have came for free, you know. And you know, you go out to the crowd, wait in the crowd. You know, they're having a League of Legends championship there as well. And I'm like, dang, you know, I really want to go, but at the same time, it's literally in the middle of this meet and Poland Diamond League. I was like, well, I need to go to Poland Diamond League. I don't need to go to the Esports World Championship because that's not going to feed the end goal, which is winning more world championships, which is the reason that everybody wants to invite me to anywhere.
Was that a tough lesson to learn? Did you try to do it all?
I wouldn't say that I tried to do it all. I would say that I was starting to eat more than I necessarily needed to, but quickly, you know, rebranded, reassessed, and said, hey, this is too much.
How long did it take for you to get the Monaco Diamond League, right? You got your production company sponsored in terms of that race. How long was that of a process of that specifically happening?
The bibs specifically?
Yeah, the bibs.
That wasn't, well, that was ever since, I mean, they offered to have me. I mean, we had kind of like made an agreement that I would come back because unfortunately I wasn't able to make it last year and I wanted to. So I was like, hey, you know, I'll make it this year. And it was a situation where, you know, going back and forth, it was like, okay, we couldn't really have as much financial as they wanted to. So it was like, okay, well, let's make a deal, you know. Let's give me capital over what more I can do. And that's, you know, in the position I'm in, I'm very financially blessed to be able to say, hey, I can pick and choose the track meets I want to go to. So if, you know, you can't reach my bottom line, let's find a new way to do a deal. And that's where we came up with the idea of, hey, I got a new production company. I need to prove the power of it. And when we came off of it the next day, they were saying, hey, we're in France, and, you know, 500 plus people alone in France saw that moment in time, you know, that 200. So that means that everybody saw the bib, everybody saw it around the track. And, you know, that only proves to going back to companies saying, hey, you want to get with us, this is the power that we have. This is the outreach that we have. And again, that's when we can go back and say, hey, you want to be a partner with me, we'll get you in the track and field. And now we're bringing more eyeballs to the sport. Not only that, we bring more deals. Again, it's all, you know, a well-rounded way to just put more power behind what we're doing.
What stages are athletes enough to know some people make it, lose their age? How do you keep yours?
Reinventing, constantly reinventing myself. Instead of being like, okay, yeah, I did this, it's like, all right, what's going to be the next thing that I'm going to do? You know, in like 2022, you know, it's like, all right, we're going after the, you know, double champion. Like, this will be double 200 meter champion. You know, I was having a great year. I knew I was going to run fast, you know, really putting that emphasis on it. And then going into 2023, all right, I've done as much as I can really in the 200. It's time to bring in the 100. Reinventing myself on that side. Then it's like, okay, well now I need the Olympic gold. Reinventing myself there. Now we're in 2025. It's like, okay, what's the next thing? Well, nobody's been able to go world champion, Olympics world championship win in the 100. Let's be the first. And I don't think anybody's done the quadruple in the 4 or in the 200. So let's be the first. So again, it's like reinventing, constantly finding that next motivation. And sometimes it's very hard. But that's where you got to take a second, reevaluate, get calm, get quiet, and then find yourself and know what direction you're going to head in.
Was it hard for you to find that motivation this year? And how do you feel like the motivation is at right now?
Definitely hard this year. It was pretty hard. At first it was constantly, again, when I was saying, biting off more than you chew, a lot of on the table. And we just taking chunks. It's like, okay, what am I really doing this for? What is this motivating? All these opportunities, but what direction are we actually heading in? There's just so many avenues that we were going in. It's like, we got to choose one. Instead of just saying, it's here, let's take it. And then reassessing, okay, this is why I'm doing it, this is what, I want. And then being okay, again, with myself. And, there's also, I kind of like broke away from social media completely and just being completely alone. So it was funny when after the 200 meters in Monaco, everybody's texting me like, oh, great job, you showed them. Like, who's them? Again, re-finding myself, to be able to have that motivation, reinvent myself so I can come to the season, clear head, clear motivation, knowing what I want to do and knowing how I want to behave.
When did you find that?
At the end of June. It was a long process. I'd say it started like right after indoor, and then right after June is when I found it.
The same qualities that got you here, that they were the same qualities that got you to this pinnacle. Are they good enough to keep you here, or do you guys see something else?
They're good enough to add to the toolbox. I'd say that sometimes you're going to need a new tool. Being okay saying that you might need a new tool, but then again, looking and see, hey, I got each of these tools. Let me see if these work first before saying, okay, I need a new one.
Do you know, given what happened in Tokyo at the Olympics in 2021, how much motivation for you to go back?
No, I'm very motivated. I've been working with a lot of companies out in Japan, so there's going to be a lot of promotion going on, a lot of exciting things, a lot of me being me, and I'm excited to see that come to fruition as opposed to when we were in the Olympics in Tokyo and it just was dead silent, and that was pretty frustrating for everybody. So I'm ready to have another go at it, and I know this city is too.
Do you envision, considering all the things you're doing outside of the track, I wonder if you envision an end game for yourself in terms of competing where you'll be like, all right, I'm set, let me transition to all these other things?
I've thought about it a few times, how I want to exit. I prefer to exit on top, not staying too long, but that's something I feel like I've already set myself up for after. I'm not worried about that. It's more just deciding when am I going to be ready to leave, and saying, hey, the new guys are coming in. It's time for their time. Let's roll. It is. It's my 9th year. That's crazy. It's my 9th year. But at my 10-year anniversary for high school next year. That's crazy.
Noah, even though you haven't been racing a ton this season, you've already raced some of the best guys in the world, like Kareem and Victor Bogo. How much confidence does that give you going in to Worlds in September?
I'd say that I don't like easy races. I hate them. I don't like going to the small races, the Florida relays, the Tom Jones, the Texas relays, because they're not that fun. They're just like rust busters. Everybody comes up with the excuse of, I'm just opening my season. It's like, okay, we could be opening up our season, but we can be like going after it, And I'd rather be thrown into the fire than just, given a handout. I don't want any handouts. I don't want people to get scared of the idea of, oh, it's Noah Lyles, he's the Olympic champion. It's like, no, I want you to try and take off my head. So I have a reason to get excited.
Thank you, Noah. Olympic titles. Courtney Lindsey is on the track in this final heat in the men's 100 meters, the NCAA champion from a couple of years ago.
Courtney Lindsey is a threat. He is an absolute problem. He is a talent. He trains with Dennis Mitchell, now Christian Coleman, who is also in this heat with Kenny Bednarek, who you saw what he just got done accomplishing in the first round. I mean, he has a lot of experience around him at practice, a lot of experience obviously coming from Dennis Mitchell, so he's ready.
Here's Brandon Hicklin, 7th in the Olympic trials last year, and just getting to the final, that's what you build on, right? I want to get there again, and I want to be better than I was last year.
That has to start to be where you live. The final is a standard for you. Everybody else is wondering if they can make it. That needs to be your standard. He also just ran 998 at pre, so he's looking really good and in shape.
And the guy you mentioned just a moment ago is here, the world champion in Doha in 2019, one of the best starters ever, Christian Coleman.
Absolutely. You said it perfectly. Ever. That is still in him. He switched coaches. He's now with Dennis Mitchell. You know, there's a lot of things he's working on, some tweaks that he had to make. We've been seeing earlier in this year, it's kind of like you can tell he's working on something, okay, trying to execute something. Here, the hope, obviously, is that he's kind of letting that go. He's feeling a little more comfortable in his skin, and he lets it rip.
And there you look at the full start list here in Heat 4. Again, 6 will automatically advance as we await someone who can run under the 10:38 bubble time. Also noting, we talked a lot about Division 2, Division 3. Here in Lane 3 has won 4 straight Division 3 titles for University of Wisconsin lacrosse, Sam Blaskowski. He has been dominant, and he's the kind of guy that can also mix it up here today.
He said he's ready to put D3 on the map. I mean, it's one thing to do it there, and he was like, look, I'm showing that I'm kind of owning this space. Let's really step this thing up. I mean, right here in Lane 3, to see what you're made of. I'm super excited to see how he's going to execute this.
Our final heat in the men's 100-meter prelims. And Courtney Lindsey had a better start than Christian Coleman. You don't say that too often in a race, but now those two are out and away, and it will be those two in that order, with Hicklin coming up on a close here, but very happy Courtney Lindsey has perhaps a dinner reservation he is late for as he has left the building expeditiously. Hicklin looking and waiting for that result. Lindsey in 10:05, Coleman in 10:08. Into a headwind.
When I see someone kind of run off like Courtney Lindsey just did, I said, I'm here on a mission. Handle business. I mean, you see Christian on your screen right here. You know, they love to see a good replay to see what can I work on. Courtney Lindsey and Christian Coleman kind of exchanged leads about 2 times in this race. That means that that's what they do at practice. They felt very comfortable with that. Both of them look comfortable. I mean, there's really nothing else to do but just to make it through. There's now vets in the game, so they handle business. Now to go to the back, see what tweaks we need to make, because tomorrow it's going down.
So look at the final results in the final preliminary section of the men's 100 meters with Lindsey, Coleman, and Hicklin across the line first. Thomas Hoggins and the D3 standout Blaskowski all advance to the semi-final round. As we reset the field, as we also include the time qualifiers, Cravon Charleston, Nigel Green, and Tate Taylor, the high schooler, are all into the semifinal round